Alright, so last time that I did a video about the Stream Deck, we used it to activate skills and abilities in Final Fantasy 14. We used some macros and things to make that happen for us. I thought about it for quite a while, trying to figure out something else that was neat that I could do similar to that. And other than possibly doing that same thing just in a different game, I really didn't think of anything too extraordinary. So I figured I would just go through some of the things that I have set up to do with it and what I like to use it for. Outside of streaming, and obviously I have a folder set up on there with my OBS stuff on it and everything. On all of my computers I have at least that one set up. Some of them I use it for different things on different computers, but on this one way I have it set up is for launching games and stuff so that they're not cluttering up my desktop. I've recently added a few more games to my list that are not here right now. I have Apex Legends and Paladins over here, and I would like to add those to the Stream Deck. The easiest way to add any shortcuts that you have on your desktop to the Stream Deck is just simply to grab them and drag them into the slot where you want them on your Stream Deck. One issue that I've had with this, though, has been specifically with Steam games. If I take Paladins and I drag it into the Stream Deck and drop it there, it defaults to a space shuttle looking thing, because for some reason the Steam games don't store the icons on in the same way as other games do or whatever. I'm not 100% for sure. I think there's a like an icons folder in the Steam launcher or something, but not necessarily something I wanted to try to figure out and work out the hard way, when it's super easy just to go to Google, type in Paladin's icon, download the first, or third or whichever one you like the best that pops up, and use that instead. What I do with that then is, on your settings page here, there's a little arrow. If you have Paladin selected, or whatever game that you're actually using from Steam selected, you just grab that little arrow, pull it down, set icon from file, and then you go to your pictures and grab the one that you like. I actually have it downloaded twice, because when I first downloaded it, it saved as a JPEG. I didn't really care for it that way, so I used Notepad to crop it and delete the background and save it as a PNG. So I just select the one that I like for that, I open it up, and it goes into there, and that becomes my new icon for that. Once I do that, I no longer need these on my desktop anymore, so I can easily just come in here, delete them, and they're still on my Stream Deck now. Another way of doing that is, if you already don't have them on your desktop, which is a little different for Steam games because of their app run ID launcher that they have to go through so that they connect to Steam. You can't just go to the folder they're in and move them. You kind of have to do it this way. You go to Steam, you set them a desktop shortcut, and then you drag it over. If it's another type of program, like say Notepad++, if I wanted to add that to here and it's not already on my desktop, all I would do is go into an empty tile, and then go on the right side over here to System, go to Open, and drag that over to the tile that I want it to be on. And then at the bottom here, it'll say, what do you want to call it? I'll just call it Notepad plus, and where's the app or file that you want to do that with. So I would click the little dots, it opens up my programs menu, I scroll down to where Notepad is, I select that, and I put it in there. And because Notepad actually stores its icon in the normal icon space, it automatically puts that on my Stream Deck. Now, if I wanted this to be something different and not do that, I could do the set from file as well, create a new icon, anything here that I wanted to, but I'm not going to because I recognize that one, and that's what I want it to be when I actually click on Notepad. It's for that. And it doesn't actually have to be a program that you can launch. What you can do is you can launch like a batch file or something. Anything at all from your hard drive that you want to launch, you can do that. Alright, so on my other computer I have some more stuff over here. That's the one that I used for setting up the actual game macros and such. But if for any reason you're missing anything, which this one is, you click more actions, you come over here and find what you need. For this one, we're going to grab a couple of things. The important thing that we have here, though, is that I want to go back out to the main page. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this one Macros, and then I'll create another new folder, and I'll call this one Hardware Info. We'll go into that one first, and we'll see what was added by the Hardware Info thing that I just did. So if I go here, put that in there, what is it telling me? Choose a sensor. And it gives you a lot of them. Kind of the same things that I have set up over here on my rain meter, but this would be on the Stream Deck instead of on the PC. So let's check out my CPU. Choose a reading. Clock rating. Total CPU usage. Let's do that one. Let's see what we're staring at. Right now we're at 21%. That's cool. I'm gonna call that one CPU usage. And over here we'll grab another hardware info. We'll drop it in there. Choose a sensor on this one. We can go with the GPU. Choose a reading. Core load, maybe. No. We're gonna go with GPU temp. And we'll call this one GPU temp. And then it puts all of that on your Stream Deck. Clicking these doesn't appear to do anything. It's just for visual reference on your Stream Deck. I'm not for sure if you can actually see, because yeah, lighting matters, but they are definitely up there. What I'm seeing on this is the same thing as what's up here on this. So that's kind of where that one stands. Go into the macros one, and for this one you can set a macro to pretty much do whatever you want to. Anything that you could do normally with a set of key presses, just like before whenever we set up the key presses for the skills in Final Fantasy, this one will also do the same thing. And you can go throw yourself a super macro over here and then come in here and go like that, with that, and do Control Alt Delete, and have that. I think I did that wrong. I think it's this, Control Alt Delete. Is that the right one? Control Delete. that's not it. Alright, so inside the macros folder, we're going to grab a super macro, and we're going to do something a little bit different. We'll call this one task. It doesn't look all that fit. We'll just call it task man, because it won't all fit there. What we'll do here is we'll go ahead and do control shift escape like that. We're going to do delayed key down, same as we did before when we were doing the Final Fantasy skills, because if you don't do the delayed key down, it uses each one of those as an individual key press instead of having the keys pressed down all at the same time. So we'll do it that way. And Control Shift and Escape is the shortcut in Windows 10 to open up your task manager. So if you just that, will open up your task manager like so. So pretty much anything that you want to do with this thing, the sky is the limit on this thing. It is all about what you want to take the time to actually figure out how to do, and going from there with it. There's controls on here through the more actions that cover so many other things, and a couple of months ago whenever I looked at this there was about half as much of this in here, so they're actually adding more stuff. And I don't know if I would say pretty regularly, quote unquote, but definitely is getting more stuff added to it, and expanding the functionality of the device. If there's anything that you can think of that you would like to see out of this thing, leave a comment in the section below. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if it was garbage. You know what to do. This video is not sponsored by anybody or by anything. If you want a Stream Deck, they're on Amazon. Go for it. Also not sponsored by Amazon. No affiliate links. Have fun.